Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we move to explore theory for this syntax class, and the materials is taken from Carnie's book, Syntax Generative Introduction. Alright, first, the objectives of this chapter 6, is about simplifying phrase structure rules into explore theory, and then the notion of explore theory and how to draw a tree in explore theory, and distinguish the complement from adjunct, and then we'll see modifiers as complements, adjunct, and specifier, and then parameter, and then set the complement, adjunct, and specifier parameters for any foreign language data. Okay, let's go first to this. Okay, so first of all, in the previous explanation, in the previous discussions, we analyzed the tree, phrase structure trees into this kind. So for example, the big book of poems with the blue cover, when we draw the tree, it's going to be like this. We have noun phrase, consists of determiner, and then adjective phrase, and then noun, prepositional phrase, and then prepositional phrase. So what happened with this tree? This tree looks so fine. When you look at this triangle, it means that the writer of the book just don't want you to focus on this, but focusing on the division of the notes. Okay, what's the problem with this tree? So the problem is, when we have this kind of tree, it is called as flat tree or flat structure. Okay, so the really problem if we try to find a modifier of which. Okay, so which is the modifier of which? Just for example, like if we say before, book of poems with a blue cover, when this phrase or this noun phrase is in this sentence, I bought the big book of poems with the blue cover, not the small one, then we try to make one replacement. Okay, one replacement. So one refer to a book of poem with the blue cover. So when you look at this, okay, the big book of poem with the blue cover. So not the small one means referring to book of poem with the blue cover. So referring to N2. Okay, jadi di sini ketika ada sebuah kalimat I bought the big book of poem with the blue cover, book of poem with blue cover itu bisa diganti dengan one. Okay, jadi not the small book of poems with the blue cover. Jadi book of the blue cover itu masuk ke N2. Kemudian why do we divide them again into this different hierarchy? Look at the next one. Untuk kalimat berikutnya, I bought the big book of poem with the blue cover, but the small one with the red cover. Nah, book of poem itu ternyata dia juga sendiri dan bisa digantikan dengan one, yang dipisahkan dengan with the blue cover. So from this tree, then we can divide them into using this one. We call it as n bar. Jadi bisa menjadi seperti ini. Jadi determiner and then n bar 1. In n bar 1 we have adjective, big, and then going down into n2 divided into n3, and prepositional phrase, and then n3 divided into noun and prepositional phrase, and then n2 consists of prepositional phrase. Yeah, so from this we can see that they have a different hierarchy, and let's have a look at the more explanation. So this is what we call as explore theory. Yeah, so when we have a flat tree like the previous one, jadi tadi dari pohon yang flat, kemudian ada masalah dengan mengetahui hubungan antar kata dengan kata yang lainnya, karena they have the same segment, they have the same domination. Jadi semuanya dari D sampai PP ini adalah the daughters of NP, padahal sebenarnya mereka memiliki hubungan yang berbeda. So we need intermediate N bar. Jadi dibutuhkan intermediate N bar. N tanda petik is called as N bar untuk menjelaskan bagaimana hubungan dari kata-kata yang ada di sini. Okay, and after this we'll discuss about N bar. Okay, so N bar in phrase level biasanya digambarkan dengan N and then two apostrophe, and then in the intermediate level N bar, and then in what level N 0. But for this book we only use N bar. Okay, let's have a look at the N bar in noun phrase. Okay, so in noun phrase we have just like the previous example. Noun phrase consists of determiner and N bar. Kalau sebelumnya kita membahas noun phrase consists of determiner and N, but for this N bar for this X bar theory, kita menggunakan rumus noun phrase consists of determiner and N bar, just like this one. And then N bar consists of adjective and N bar. Untuk membedakan bisa ditambah ini N bar 1. And then this N bar consists of N bar and N bar again, and then prepositional phrase. And then the last one, the third N bar consists of noun phrase, consists of noun and prepositional phrase. So this one. Okay, so noun and a prepositional phrase. So from the okay, let's go to V bar first. Okay, what about V bar? So in the past we discussed about V bar, verb phrase as divided into verb and then noun phrase and then prepositional phrase. But now you can do so replacement. So like I eat bean with fork, and but Janet does so with a spoon. So does so is or can replace eat beans. Okay, so we have these rules. So we change these trees into following these rules. So for verb phrase consists of verb bar, and then verb bar consists of a bar and prepositional phrase, or verb bar and adverbial phrase. And then the next V bar consists of V and or verb and noun phrase. Okay, so we don't have the tree here. So we divide this again just like the previous picture. Jadi nanti dibagi verb phrase consists of verb bar, okay, 1, and then verb bar 1 going down into verb bar again with prepositional phrase with the fork, okay, and then the next verb bar consists of verb and noun phrase. Okay, so we have eat and been. So like if we have conjunction, okay, have a look at this one. Okay, so this is how we use a verb bar. Ini contoh yang pakai verb bar dalam kalimat yang lain. The chef eats bean and serves salad with forks. Ini ketika kita menggunakan conjunction. Okay, so we have the chef, the noun phrase, and then we have VP or verb phrase here, and a verb phrase divided into verb bar, and then verb bar consists of verb bar and prepositional phrase. So this verb bar 1, and then this is verb bar 2, and then verb bar 2 divided again into verb bar, conjunction, and then verb bar. Okay, so 2, 3, and then 4. And then the first verb bar 3 consists of verb and noun phrase, such as the previous one, eat beans. conjunction, and then the next verb bar consists of verb and then noun phrase, serves salad with wok. So it means that the chef used forks for both eat beans and salad and serve salad ya, for this case. Jadi kalau di sini berarti with fork-nya itu adalah ketika memakan bean dan juga ketika serve salads. Okay, if jika hanya menggunakan fork-nya ketika eat beans, so with fork should be together with the eat beans here. Okay, now let's go to adjective form and adverb form. Like this one, the very bright blue and dull green gown. From this we know that very is the modifier of bright blue and dull green. So we can draw the tree just like this one. Adjective phrase consists of adjective bar, and then going down adverbial phrase. So adjective bar consists of adverbial phrase and adjective bar. 1 adjective bar, 2 adjective bar, and then 3 adjective bar, conjunction, and 4 adjective bar. And then the third adjective bar going down into adverbial phrase, and then adjective bar again, and then going down into adjective. And the same thing, dull and green. So this is how to draw adjective bar and adverbial bar. Okay, so from those we know these rules, the new rules with explorer theory. So from these rules we can see that there are two important things. The first one is, so in the rules there is rules that is not optional. So the only obligatory element in the phrase is the head. So just like in noun phrase we have noun bar. Okay, and then in verb phrase we have verb bar. And then in adverbial phrase we have adverb. In adjective phrase we have adjective. And then in prepositional phrase we have preposition. Jadi ada elemen yang harus ada dalam rules ini, yaitu setiap frasa itu harus memiliki head atau inti. Jadi kalau noun phrase harus ada noun-nya. Dan begitu juga selainnya. Jadi it's incorrect if you have this rule. Ini rules yang tidak mungkin terjadi, yaitu noun phrase consists of verb and adjective phrase. Tidak ada noun-nya. So it's wrong. That's why it has asterisk. Kemudian the second rules is that all noun head is optional. Selain noun head itu adalah optional. Ya, jadi dimasukkan dalam tanda kurung. Jadi di sini noun phrase. So noun is obligation, it must, and determiner is optional. Jadi selain yang head itu adalah sebagai optional in a phrase. Yeah. And also it's like this one. Noun bar is a must, but adjective phrase is an optional. Jadi yang selain headnya itu adalah optional. Maka tidak mungkin kita menggunakan verb bar consists of adjective and verb. Tidak, jadi adverbnya ini harus optional dalam kurung. Kemudian nah seperti di sini, dari sini maka kita memiliki rumus bahwa X bar consists of X and optional WP. X bar can consist of optional ZP and X bar, or X bar and optional ZP. And X bar, XP and XP, and X phrase consists of optional Y phrase and X bar. Jadi dari ini semuanya bisa dijadikan rumus menggunakan X and Y. Seperti itu. Okay. Now let's go to complements, adjuncts, and specifier. Okay, when we go back to the book of poems with a glossy cover, now we will see that they have the relationship of the words in this phrase may contain of complements and adjuncts and specifier. Jadi di sini ada istilah nanti complement, adjunct, dan specifier. So when have a look at this one again, kita lihat dari rumusnya lagi dari pohon ini. So we have noun phrase consists of determiner and noun bar, and then noun bar consists of noun bar and prepositional phrase. Jadi di sini noun bar and prepositional phrase ini adalah sister. Okay, so PP2 is sister to a bar level. Prepositional phrase 2 ini disebut dia saudaranya n bar level. While prepositional phrase 1 ini disebut sister to a head. Nah, noun ini adalah headnya karena tidak ada bar-nya. Okay, so here let's go back. Jadi di sini PP2 itu adalah sister to bar level. PP1 is sister to head. Okay, so PP1 is introduced by the rule X bar consists of X and YP. Jadi PP1 ini dari X bar consists of X and YP. The N bar consists of N, noun, and prepositional phrase. While PP2 is introduced by the higher level, PP2 itu di atasnya, N bar yang atasnya, which consists of X bar and prepositional phrase, and ZP. Why ZP? Because ZP, this is a prepositional phrase 1, and this is prepositional phrase 2. Okay, so sister to bar level is higher. Jadi sister to bar level itu lebih tinggi daripada sister to head. So from this, you have to see these rules. Jadi those sister to bar level, yang sister ke bar level itu disebut sebagai adjunct. But those sister to head level is called as complement. Okay. So adjunct is an XP that is a sister to single bar and a daughter of single bar level. Jadi dia saudaranya single bar dan anak dari single bar. Okay, anak single bar, saudara dari single bar, this is called adjunct. But complement is an XP that is a sister to head and a daughter to a single bar. Kalau complement itu adalah XP atau WP yang merupakan sister to head and a daughter to X bar. Nah, itu bedanya. Jadi sister to head, daughter to X bar. Kalau adjunct, sister to X bar, daughter to X bar. Okay, so those are the notion of complement. So when we have look at this one, nah ini tadi ya. Jadi this one here we have with glossy cover, itu adalah adjunct. Okay, of poem itu adalah complement. Jadi of poem itu adalah complementnya. Book with the glossy cover itu adalah adjunctnya book. So from this, dari sini, jadi book of poem itu adalah satu yang kemudian ditambah keterangan lain dengan with the glossy cover. Nah, jadi mereka memiliki susunan ke bawah. Di sini ada yang ke samping. So these are the difference between complement and adjunct. Okay. So when we have a look at this one, so this noun adjunct, the first noun bar is created by adjunct rule, but the second noun bar created by the complement rule. Okay, so that's the rules. Okay, now we have a look at this one. Yeah. So if the book of poem with red cover here, jadi book the one with red cover is the target of N1. Yeah, the one. Okay, so book is replaced by one. The book with red cover. The one of book with red cover is the target noun had. Okay, so this one. Jadi tidak bisa kita mengganti the one of poems, tapi yang bisa adalah book of poems jadikan satu, the one with red cover. Oke, jadi ini dijadikan satu saja, book saja tidak bisa di replace by one. Yang bisa replace by one adalah book of poem, maka dia menjadi satu, yaitu di N. And the book of poem with red cover itu juga bisa dijadikan replace by one. Oke, jadi yang bisa digantikan dengan one itu adalah book of poem jadi satu, atau book of poem with red cover jadikan satu, yang merujuk ke N bar 1 or N bar 2. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and now we talk about complements and adjunct in verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverbial phrase. We go back, and prepositional phrase. Okay, so like this one. Love police the policeman intensively with my heart. So here we have verb loved, and then we have complement here. Why it is complement? Because complement is a sister to had, and then intensely is an adjunct because adverbial phrase is a sister to V bar. With all my heart is also adjunct because prepositional phrase is sister of V bar and a daughter of V bar, and this one is also a sister to V bar and a daughter to V bar. Jadi seperti ini ya. Oke, kembali ke rumusnya adjunct and complement. Okay, now we go to specifier. What is specifier? Specifier is XP, which consists of YP and X bar. So like this one, specifiernya adalah the. Okay, so the is actually the XP. Okay, so this one, noun phrase is YP and X bar. Jadi di sebelah sininya. This is the specifier. And had, and then complement, and then adjunct. Okay, so an XP that is a sister to X level and X bar level and a daughter of XP. Jadi di sini determiner is not XP. Okay, this is a bit problem, but actually there will be more discussion about that. But it should be we call it as XP. Jadi specifier itu adalah XP yang sister to X bar and a daughter of XP. Okay, it's just like that. Okay, now projections. Okay, in projections di sini kita lihat the noun phrase is called the maximum projection. Noun phrase ini adalah maximum projections. The N bar are called intermediate projections. Jadi ini adalah maximum projection, ini adalah intermediate projection. So in the previous modification principle, we said that if a YP, which is a phrase with some category Y, modifies some X, had X, then YP must be a sister to X. Oke, kalau dulu kita sebutkan bahwa modifier itu adalah jika YP itu menjadi modifier had, maka YP harus menjadi sister to had X. But now we have a newest principle that if YP modifies some had X, then YP must be dominated by projection of X. Sekarang menggunakan prinsipal yang revise, direvisi, yaitu bahwa YP menjadi modifier had X. Jika begitu, maka YP harus didominasi oleh projection of X. Ya, ini jadi oleh projectionnya. Didominasi berarti harus ada di bawahnya. Jadi seperti itu. Okay, so have a look at this one. Okay, parameters of word order. Okay, so in this case we are going to look at the difference between Turkish and English. Okay, in English we have A. Export consists of X and Y, WP, but the Turkish adopt YP. Export consists of WP and X. So in English we have Hasan read the book, but in Turkish they have Hasan kitabi okudu, and this option is called as parameter. Jadi perbedaan bentuk bahasa, urutan bahasa itu disebut sebagai parameter dari bahasa yang berbeda. So each language they have like a subject and then verb and then noun, and they also have object, but they may have different word order. Jadi perbedaan penggunaan, perbedaan posisi, itu disebut sebagai parameter dari bahasa. So from this, dari contoh ini, we may have notion of parameter switch box. Jadi di sini, jikalau children from English speaking country, an English speaker, a native speaker of English, they may use the first rules. Okay, so they have verb first and then object. But when a child from Turkey, they will have the second one. So if a children know English and Turkish, they may have a switch box in their brain. When they speak English, they will switch the rules into English or the export parameter. When they speak Turkish, they will change their export parameters using Turkish. Jadi jika ada anak yang bisa berbahasa Inggris dan bahasa Turki, maka mereka bisa switching ya. Ketika berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris, mereka menggunakan export parameter yang English. Yang pertama ini, apabila dia berbahasa Turki, dia switching, dia mengganti dengan rumus yang berbahasa rumus bahasa Turki. So just like in bahasa Indonesia, in English we have adjective first and then noun, like a big house in English, but in bahasa Indonesia we have noun first and then adjective, rumah besar. So it's like a switching. Okay, so now how to know the principle of applying export to tree drawing. Kalau mau menggambar export theory dalam trees, so first we have to identify modifiers. Okay, so if we have modifiers, so we have to know whether it is a complement, adjunct, or specifier. So whether it is a sister to head or sister to bar. And then we have to start it with the modifiers closest to the head first. So we have to identify the head, we have to attach the complement, which must be phrase, and then attach any adjunct, and where there is no more adjunct, then attach the specifier. If there is one. And then after that, we have XP on the top. And we have to put XP on the top of the projection to indicate that there are no more modifier of the head. And then keep in mind that none of the export rules are optional. You will have at least the following structure. Jadi ada yang tidak boleh hilang. Nah ini. Jadi yang namanya noun phrase itu selalu memiliki and bar memiliki head. And also for phrase, verb bar, and then verb. Adjective phrase, adjective for, and then adjective. Jadi tidak bisa langsung adjective phrase langsung adjective. So there must be projection in the middle. Harus ada explore-nya, and so on. And one of the most common errors for phrases with an adjunct but no complement is seen in the following three. Ini biasanya sering terjadi error. So here, this is adjunct but no complement. And another common issue that arises for new syntactician is how to treat a sentence when there is an adjunct on other side of the head. Nah, ini bagaimana jika ada adjunct di beberapa sisi ya. Just like this one. Andy frequently eats sushi with his boss. See, here we have adjunct and then adjunct. Adjunct in the verb phrase, adjunct before verb, and adjunct after verb. Okay, so we have like this one. Okay, so eats sushi. Frequently eats sushi with his boss. Atau bisa juga frequently eats sushi with his boss. What's the difference? The first one, his boss, is under frequently. The second one with his boss is above frequently. What's the difference? Ini beda ke maknanya. Both are correct. Dua-duanya boleh. Kalau frequently is above his boss, kalau di atasnya with his boss, berarti yang frequently itu adalah eat sushi with his boss. Kalau with his boss ini di atas, berarti frequently eat sushi but not with his boss. Ya, itu ya, jadi beda di makna. Okay, now we go to sample 3. Okay, kita coba membuat pohonnya. The first one, okay, so the tree from this sentence, from this clause. The ugly man from Brazil found books of poems in the puddle. I don't know why you're ugly. It should be handsome, perhaps. Okay, first you have to identify part of speech. Okay, so we have determiner, adjective, noun, preposition, noun, verb, noun, preposition, and then determiner, and then noun. And then we have to see the modifiers. Okay, so part of speech and modifiers. So we have the is modifiers of man, specifier. As specifier, ugly modifiers of man as adjunct. Brazil modifies from as a complement. From Brazil modifies man as adjunct. Poem modifies of as a complement. Of poems modifies books as a complement. Books of poem modifies found as a complement. And then the modifies puddle as a specifier. And then the puddle modifies in as a complement, and in the puddle modifies found as an adjunct. Okay, so that's the last one, in the puddle. Okay, and then we go next. We start with adjective phrase and adverb phrase. So we find this is adjective phrase. And then next to noun phrase and prepositional phrase, we have noun phrase. So don't forget, we have to have a bar above the head. And then we go to explore structure with noun phrase and bar and n. Okay, so we have here, after this one we have poem, this as n, Brazil as n bar. And then after that we go next to build prepositional phrase. So we go up after noun phrase, and we go up to prepositional bar, and then prepositional phrase. Prepositional bar, prepositional phrase, prepositional bar, and then prepositional phrase. And then we start with complement. Now here we have n bar as the complement. Okay, complement is here object, yeah, found books. Books of poem is the complement. Then we go to close off the projection with the first the phrase level. So after we have the complement and bar, and then we go to here and bar level. Okay, let's go again, see the difference. Okay, so here we have n bar only, but the next one we have noun phrase above the n bar, and then we would attach a complement in the noun phrase. So we have to attach complement in the noun phrase. Okay, So see the difference. Okay, so we have here n and then n bar. And then next we attach either adjunct first, so pick to attach the prepositional phrase. Okay, so here then we go to prepositional phrase here, and then next the adjective phrase, then we go to this one, and then after that determiner. It says specifier, the other of noun phrase here. Okay, we attach determiner, and then we make noun phrase, then noun, a noun bar, and then we turn to verb phrase. Okay, we have verb phrase here, found, and then noun phrase. Then after that attach the adjunct prepositional phrase. Okay, here. Then we close, last but not least, and then we have to TP. Okay, the tree is done. So now we have all attached. Okay, so remember this one, you have to check the tree against the X bar rules. Make sure everything is attached. Okay, everything is attached, no crossing line, tidak ada yang sampai bentuk silang. Adjunct are sister to a bar level, and then complements are sister to head. Finally, every head has at least X, X bar, and XP on the top. The X, so the X, X bar, and then XP on the top. Okay, so the tree is done. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much. I hope this can help you, and good luck. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.